Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind, and welcome to Khan Global Studies. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening, everyone. So I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Yes. Okay. In our previous session, we were discussing about this topic of Maoist insurgency. We have seen that in the recent past, what changes had been there in this case of Maoist insurgency. We have seen that now it has been decreasing. So that is one part which we have seen. Second thing which we have discussed about is organization of Islamic cooperation. We have seen that like this one organization, it has not been so much in the favor of India. It has been making false information. It has been spreading false information. It has been working on the narratives built by Pakistan. Then we have discussed other topics also in the previous section. Now, in the present session, the topics which we are going to discuss, the first one is about the SDG index, Sustainable Development Goals. Okay. So we have this SDG index. We are going to talk about this, that what is SDG index, on what basis we are evaluating, and what's good for India in this SDG index. So we are going to talk about this. Second thing which we are going to talk about, this is from the prelim section. Okay. This is from the prelim section. Then we have this safe drinking water, which is part of your water resources. This can be part of your GS paper 2 under geography also. And even you will find that it can be part of this somewhat of GS paper 3 also. You can relate it with environment as well. Okay. So this is one part which we see. It is part of your GS 1 plus GS 3. So safe drinking water is one of the issue which we are going to discuss. The third one which we are going to talk about is from science and tech section, and this is one of the most important topic today. Why? There is a new method of CAR T cell. Okay. There is a new method of CAR T which we are going to talk about. So we will talk about this new method of CAR T cell. Okay. And then again from the environment section, we are going to talk about carbon capture. We are going to talk about this topic of carbon capture. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss in today's session. So I hope you all are ready. First, we are going to start with some questions. Okay. First, we are going to start with some questions. So I think all of you are ready for that. Good evening. Okay. So let's start. So we have this first question here, which is, consider the following statements regarding Organization of Islamic Cooperation. It is a special organization of UN to represent voices of Muslim population. Second is saying it was established just after partition of India and Pakistan. So question is asking which of the statement given above is are correct. One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. So that is question number one. Just 1 second. So D option. Okay. So I think this is correct. This is not a special organization of United Nations. It is an intergovernmental organization, but it is not a special agency of UN or any such thing. Yeah. So this first statement here, it is incorrect. Second one is also incorrect. We have seen that it was established later on in 1969. So again, the second one is also incorrect. First one is also incorrect. The answer is D option. Neither one nor two. Second question. Consider the following. Private sector is allowed to have its own navigation system in India. Private sector is allowed to have its own launch vehicle. Private sector no longer requires authorization from government to launch any satellites or missions. How many of the above are correct? This is with respect to a space sector in India. This is question number 2 with respect to a space sector in India. First one is saying that private sector is allowed to have its own navigation system in India. Second is saying private sector is allowed to have its own launch vehicle. Third is saying private sector no longer requires authorization from government to launch any satellite or mission. So this is question number 2. What will be the answer here? A option, B option, A option. You all have been very much creative in having your names. Like there is one Mr. UPSC. Good. So, like in naming, in having names and all, you all have been very much creative. A option. Let's look at this. Private sector is allowed to have its own navigation system. That is correct. It is allowed to have its own launch vehicle. That is also correct. Private sector no longer require authorization from government to launch any satellite or missiles. This is incorrect. They will always require this authorization for any country of the world. This is not only for India. For any country of the world, their country is liable. For any space damage, the country is liable. So first of all, they have to take the permission from the government sector, then only they can launch. Yeah. So that's why 1 and 2 both are correct. The answer will be B option, only 2. Which one of the following is not responsible for rise of antimicrobial resistance? Overuse of antibiotics, improper medical waste management by hospitals, genetically inherited diseases, abuse of antibiotics in livestock. Umesh Kumar Rajvanshi, nice name. Okay. So I think C option, I think everyone knows this part. Genetically inherited diseases, they are not contributing to antimicrobial resistance. They are not contributing to this antimicrobial resistance. So this answer here is C. Okay. Now, so we are going to discuss our topic, but today we will not start with first topic. Today we are going to start with this one topic of CAR T cell. Okay. Sorry. We are going to start with this one topic of new CAR T cell therapy. We are going to first start with this. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to start with this new topic, CAR T cell. Why I am saying this is going to be one of the important topic for next year examination. In fact, CAR T cell therapy can also be asked in mains examination. But especially for next year prelims, this is going to be one very important topic. So we will talk about this new CAR T cell therapy. Now, I think you all know about CAR T cell. You all know about this CAR T cell therapy. CAR T stands for chimeric antigen receptor. Chimeric antigen receptor. So this chimeric antigen receptor and T cell. So what is the context? The context is that in the treatment of cancer, we use the CAR T cell therapy. Whenever we are talking about treatment of cancer, in treatment of cancer, especially blood cancer, in treatment of cancer and especially blood cancer, there is use of this CAR T cell therapy. There is use of this CAR T cell therapy. Now, if you know the cancer, you might be aware about this one fact, that if cancer is existing in body, or if a cancer is there in any person, it means their T cells have not been able to work properly. Existence of cancer means T cells not effective. T cell not able to recognize and kill cancer cell. If a person is having cancer, it means the T cells have not been able to recognize and kill the cancer cell. So it is just like this one simple part. You may have all seen this one epic, Ramayana. So in that there is a story that Lord Hanuman, like he was having this one situation where he could not remember his strength. He was not aware about his powers. And when someone reminds him of his power, then he is able to do various tasks which is not even like imaginable. So he has enormous power, but he has forgotten about his power. So in the same sense, in our body also, the T cells are there. The T cells are not able to identify the cancer cell. So what we do, we add a protein. This is basically a type of protein, or you, in other sense, you can say this is a monoclonal. This is a monoclonal antibody. This is a monoclonal antibody. Clonal means something which is prepared in lab. Antibody means protein, and mono means it has a singular function. So this CAR is a protein, and what it does, it helps T cell to identify. It helps T cell to identify and kill cancer cell. So this CAR or this protein is just like doing the role of Jamwant, who was reminding Lord Hanuman that yes, you have all these powers, you can cross the sea, you can go beyond this ocean. So in same way, CAR is also reminding the T cells that you have the potential, you have the capacity to kill this cancer cell inside the body. Now for adding the CAR, what we traditionally do, now here we are going to learn about the new thing. Here we are going to learn about the new thing, that there are two approaches. If we talk about this, there is two approaches. One is the traditional one. In traditional sense, in traditional one, what we do, we extract the T cell, from body, add CAR to it, and then infuse it back in blood. Infuse it back in blood. So this is like we are not conducting it inside the body. We are extracting the T cell in the lab. We are adding CAR protein to the T cell, and then we are infusing the T cell back into the body. So this CAR T cell therapy, it costs near about 60 to 70 lakh rupees in India. So this is quite expensive. Plus there are chances of infection also. There are somewhat chances of genetic change also. But now we have a new method. Now we have this new method, in vivo CAR T cell therapy. So we are going to have this in vivo CAR T cell therapy. So this is the new method. Okay. And what we are doing, here we are using lipid nanoparticles. Here we are having lipid nanoparticles. Lipid means that is made up of fat. Okay. So we are having lipid nanoparticles. They are consisting they are consisting genetic instruction. They are connecting this, they are having this genetic instruction, it is inserted into the body. So here we are not extracting the T cell. Here we are not extracting the blood, extracting the T cell. Here we are generally doing this one simple thing. With the help of injections, we will be transferring lipid nanoparticles. These particles will have genetic instruction. They will go to the CD8 plus T cells, or they will simply go to the T cells. And these nanoparticles are going to make the CAR T inside the body. Okay. So they will attach itself to T cell. Then what we see that with the help of this genetic instruction, now the T cells will be able to produce CAR T cell inside the body. So after this, what we see that CAR T cell inside body, and this CAR T cell is then going to do the same thing. It is going to kill the cancer. So that is a new method. Till now we have been doing this one part, that we are extracting the blood and then we are adding the CAR. Now instead of extracting the T cell, we will be providing it with the help of nanoparticles. The use of nanotechnology, we will use it to give the genetic instruction. The T cells will change their nature inside the body. So it will be done in an in situ manner inside the body. The most of the T cells of the body, they will become CAR T cell. Then they will identify the cancer cells of the body and then they are going to destroy it. So there is very little chances of rejection. If we are adding CAR T cell in body from outside, there is a chance of rejection. But if it is being produced inside the body, there is little chances of rejection and more chances of getting treated within a short span of time. So this is one thing, a new technique of CAR T cell therapy. Now it is going to be carried out in vivo. So clinical trials have been positive in monkeys also. Clinical trials have been positive in humans as well. So there is a chance that in future we may have this one new approach, a novel approach for treating the cancer. And in India, particularly what we see that we have a large number of blood cancer patients. We have a very large number of blood cancer patients. So this is going to be one such revolutionary tool for treatment of cancer patients in India as well. So this is one thing, new CAR T cell. So I think you get this one part. Right now, Himanshu, right now it is just in the lab phase. Right now it is just in the lab phase. It has not been actually implemented in real. It is in lab phase, but it is expected that it involves lesser time, it involves lesser infrastructure. So it can be done in a simple manner. In case of this traditional approach, we have to extract the blood, we have to extract the T cell out of it, then we have to add CAR, then we have to multiply the T cells, then we have to prepare blood, we have to mix it with blood, then we have to also supply it into the body. So that is a complicated, long process. Now what we have to do, just inject and it's done. So this is one part that the cost is not estimated as of now, but it may be much more lower than the normal or traditional practice. So it is just there in the lab part right now. It is there in the trial part right now, and it may take some time before it becomes the reality. Okay. So this is our first part, CAR T cell. Okay. Now we will come to the SDG India index. Okay. So this is our first part, CAR T cell. Now coming to this first topic, which is SDG India Index. And that is also a very positive news for India. For the first time, India has been under 100 in this ranking. Yeah. India's rank, if you look from 2017 to 2025, it has been improving. So now what we see that, like in 2025, India's rank is 99. We are on the like 99 out of 167. Our rank here is 99 out of this 167. Okay. If we talk about this, if we talk about this one part, we have got this 99th rank, and for the first time we are here in this top 100. If we compare with other countries of the world, okay, India's score also, there is also one thing, a score, SDG score. SDG score. So India's score here is 67. Okay. If we compare with other countries, like if we talk about China, their rank is 49 and their score is 74.4. Okay. Then if we talk about United States, their rank is 44. Okay. Their rank is 44 and they have a score of 75.2. So this is one part, that for the first time India's SDG rank is in top 100 at least. Yeah. Now what is this SDG index? Sustainable Development Goal. You may have seen that in 2015 onwards. From 2015 onwards, 17 Sustainable Development Goals have been decided, some of which includes zero poverty, zero hunger, etc., etc. So there are 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and this index is tracking the progress of countries in achieving those Sustainable Development Goals. We are already in 2025. So it has been 10 years. It has been 10 years since this SDG. Earlier we have this Millennium Development Goals, which was applicable till 2015. After 15, we have the Sustainable Development Goals till 2030. So different Sustainable Development Goals have been finalized. Now, if we talk about other countries of the world, what we see that, like if we talk about this index, what we see that, like most of the top 20 countries are there from Europe. Okay. So top 20 countries, they are from Europe. And at the same time, like what also has been seen that if we talk about the global part, we have this one thing, only 17% SDG goals are on track. Means in these 15 years, like 10 years has already passed. Okay. So in these 10 years, what we see that there are only 17% of SDG goals which are on track and they are likely to be achieved by 2030. But most of the other goals which are there, they are unlikely to be achieved by 2030. Okay. If we talk about the top 3 performance, again, I think you can guess it is going to be Finland, Sweden, Denmark. Okay. So here if we talk about the top 3, it is Finland, Sweden, Denmark. So they are among the top 3 countries. They are among the top 3 countries in this list. Okay. So this is one part, like out of this top 20, like top 19 out of 20 countries, top 19 by 20 countries, they are from Europe. They are from this part of Europe. So what we see that this SDG index globally in most of the developed and developing nations outside Europe, there has not been so much progress on SDG. on sustainable development goals. In India also, we have a SDG India index. We also have this one thing, SDG India index. SDG India index. So this is trying to evaluate, it is trying to evaluate the performance of states. Evaluates the performance of states. So can you tell me one thing, that which organization is coming with this SDG India index? Can you give me this one answer, that which organization is coming with this SDG India index? Yes. So I think you all know this part. Okay. So we have this Niti Aayog, which is coming with this SDG goals. Okay. Niti Aayog is there, which is coming with this SDG goals. SDG India index. And you don't have to memorize this part, that which states are on top, which states are not there. But remember this one part, that Niti Aayog is coming with this SDG India index. For India, it matters now that we are in top 100. Okay. So that is one good part for India. Like there has been many reports in which we have been doing very bad. Okay. So this is one such index, like this is one such area from where we have done something good. So like for some time, like newspapers can again, new channels can at least again give this, that so much good things are happening in India. That is one part. Okay. Now, coming to this next topic, this is a smaller one. Coming to this one, mains related article. And this is related to access to water. Okay. This is related to access to water. In India also, we have this issue of water crisis. Okay. If you look at this, in India also, we have this issue of water crisis. But this article, which we are going to talk here, it is not only about India. It is giving us a global figure. So what we see that around 2 billion people, which means 25% of global population. Total global population is estimated to be around 8 billion. So out of 8 billion, 2 billion people doesn't have access to water which is safe, reliable and available at home. Okay. So there is one thing, 2 billion people across world have no safe drinking water access. So there is a concept called as safe drinking water access. There is a concept here which is called as safe drinking water access. This one, safe drinking water access. So what is the meaning of it? It means it is safe, it is reliable, and it is available at home. So it is safe, it is reliable, and it is also available at home. Then only we call it as safe drinking water access. So this is one part that globally, if we look at this, around 2 billion people or near about 25% of the population, they are not having access to safe drinking water. Now let us talk about this a little bit, that why this safe water is not available. Why this safe water is not available? 2 billion means 25% of the population. So why they have this challenge? Why this safe water is not available to the people? So can you give me some parts here that why we are not having access to safe drinking water? What are the factors? There are certain conventional factors. There are certain conventional factors and there are certain new challenges. So you can divide it into two parts. You can divide it into two parts. Okay. You can divide it into two parts. The conventional challenge and the modern challenge. So what we see that there is two different things. There is one, this conventional challenge. Conventional challenge, like suppose when we are talking about the areas which are dry, the area where we have already lack of water facilities. So that is understandable. That in those areas there is lack of access to water. Okay. So there are dry regions with little or no precipitation. Second, lack of infrastructure. So that is a conventional factor. But we see that right now many new challenges are coming up. First thing is this. If we look at this, the rainfall pattern, the changing rainfall pattern is one of the factors. The second factor which we also see that this, there was a culture in India to have water conservation. The lack of water conservation or water management, lack of water harvesting facilities, lack of this water harvesting facilities. Then we see that overexploitation, and this is occurring due to agriculture, due to population, and in fact you can also blame industry. Overexploitation. So that is also one part. Then we have also this one thing, pollution. And in fact this has become one of the major factors. Near about 70% of surface water in India is polluted. 70% of surface water means the water in rivers, lakes, ponds, they are polluted. Groundwater is also polluted. Then we have this groundwater pollution. This is for surface water. Surface water pollution. Groundwater contamination. Okay. So we see that there are a number of factors in the newer challenges which are also coming up for the access to drinking water. The lack of infrastructure has been there since the beginning, and we have been not that much active on improving that part. And at the same time, newer challenges are also coming up. The erratic rainfall pattern, then we see that lack of water harvesting facilities, then we have this over exploitation due to agriculture, industry, population. Then we have this pollution factor also, groundwater pollution also, groundwater contamination also, and surface water contamination also. So all these factors combined together have reduced, it has reduced the availability of water. And then there is a new part, a growth of water industry. Growth of water industry. Just to give you one idea, in New Delhi, having submersibles is not allowed. Having submersible is not allowed. Why it is not allowed? Because when people are having submersible, they are extracting too much of water. It can cause problems with the groundwater in Delhi. It can also bring problems for the soil management and everything. So that is why extraction of water from submersible or bore wells is not allowed for citizens who are living here in Delhi NCR. Now, if it is not allowed for them to privately extract water, it is the responsibility of the government to make sure that at any cost there is 24/7 availability of fresh and safe drinking water. But in the national capital, there are many areas where people are just there in queues for collecting a few buckets of water in the scorching heat of May and June. So think about this, in the national capital region, if the government has not been able to provide safe drinking water to everyone at their own home, then what about the one in Rajasthan or others in Bundelkhand, Baghelkhand region and other parts of the country? Okay. So that is a massive failure, and one of the reason is there is a growth of water industry that is extracting huge amount of water. You may have seen that a very long time ago, sometimes Bollywood make some movies also on social issues. So there was a movie around this. I think the name of the movie was Fukre 1 or Fukre 2. So that was about water crisis in New Delhi region. So think about this, that in the national capital region, people are not having access to safe drinking water. There have been like various fights, various conflicts with respect to water in Delhi NCR. So in other parts of country, we can expect the same thing to happen. So that is the condition why water industry is going, why we are having all these challenges to safe drinking water. Okay. Vidarbha region also. Okay. In Vidarbha region also, we have this issue of water crisis. And you know that access to water is not a luxury. Access to safe drinking water is not a luxury. It is the basic human right. It is the most basic human right. Access to clean air, access to clean water, that is a basic human right. So that is one of the challenge with the government across the country. Okay. Many state governments have not been able to fulfill that promise. So this is one of the major challenge in case of India also and across the world also. So this is one part, like why the safe drinking water access is not there. Now the thing is, what is the solution for it? What is the solution for it? The solution is very much simple. First of all, upgradation of infrastructure. Upgrading infrastructure. Then the 3R principle: reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay. Think about this, that in India, the country which is surrounded by oceans on three sides and have a glacier in the tropical regions, we are having enormous amount of rivers, and despite that, there is water crisis in India. And there is a report of Niti Aayog that more than half of the districts in India are facing water crisis. A country surrounded by water from all sides. In the north, we have the glaciers. In the north, we have glaciers. In the south, we have the oceans. throughout the country, it is a country of rivers. And in that country itself, more than half of the districts are facing water crisis. So that is a challenge. Okay. So upgrading infrastructure, reduce, reuse, recycle, water harvesting. Water harvesting, that is the prime requirement. Water harvesting, controlling the pollution of water, controlling pollution. That is also one of the prime necessity, that we have to control the pollution level in waters of the country. Okay. Then we also have to make sure that it is reaching to each and every individual within their homes. They don't have to go outside with buckets or different bottles to collect water. At 75 years of independence, at 100 years of independence, are we expecting the people of our country to go outside and collect drinking water in bottles for their daily need? So this is one such prime thing. This is one such prime challenge which all the governments will have to work together. So this is one such part where there is a need of coordinated effort by all the government. Okay. So coordinated effort by all governments. That is one thing which is required. Okay. So this is one part which we see in case of safe drinking water access. Okay. Yes, we have various schemes also. Of course, Jal Jeevan Mission is there. We have the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana also. Okay. We have like Jal Shakti Mantralaya also, especially for this. So we have a dedicated ministry for water. And in fact, earlier we were having two different ministries for water related issues in India. Despite that, half of the country is facing water crisis. How it can go? Yes, increasing green spaces in urban areas, that is also one thing. So we have to promote this water harvesting. Under that, green spaces, water harvesting structures, rainwater storage, all these things can be practiced. Here, when we talk about reduce, reuse, recycle, it has to be done at the citizens level also and at the institutional level also. A very long time ago, almost like 7 to 8 years ago, there was one editorial, I think in the Hindu or Indian Express, which was talking about this one particular thing, that how there has been a rise of bottle industry in India. You may see that in many of the cities, there is this bottle industry which is supplying drinking water in packaged bottles to different shops, to different homes. And people think of it as a normal thing. People think about it as a normal thing. They should have clean drinking water in their home without any such packaged water. So that is becoming the reality, that is becoming a normal thing. That is the most abnormal thing about it. It should not have been coming in those packaged bottles and all. So this is one of the challenge. Okay. Now, coming to the next part, we have already seen CAR T cell therapy. So coming to this one part, which is carbon capture using rocks. Okay. So this is also one very interesting topic. There is this one technique of carbon capture using rock. Okay. There is a process which is called as enhanced rock weathering. Okay. There is one thing called as enhanced rock weathering. So using this enhanced rock weathering, I think all of you know, weathering is the process through which the rocks disintegrate. Okay. So what we see that in some cases we are trying to enhance or increase the rate of weathering of rocks, and particularly the basalt rocks. Particularly, we are using the basalt rocks. Basalt rocks. In this portion of Deccan Plateau and all, you will find plenty of basaltic rocks are there. And these basalt rocks, they are used to they are being spread on farms. Okay. In the tea estates also, in oil palm fields also, sugarcane fields also. So what is being done? They are being spread in farmlands. They are being spread in farmlands. And these substances, they are able to attract, they are basically able to attract the carbon dioxide from the air. Okay. So what we see that it is able to convert the atmospheric carbon dioxide into bicarbonate. What it does, it converts CO2 in form of bicarbonate. So this is one such method. Through which we can absorb more and more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Okay. It is going to reduce the presence of this carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So that is one such thing. Plus at the same time there is another benefit. This basaltic rocks, they are also increasing the alkaline nature of the soil. Okay. This also increases the alkalinity of soil. So this one also improves productivity of crops. So soil also becomes fertile. Soil is also becoming fertile. More nutrients are getting added to it. And on the other side, there is absorption of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So basaltic rocks are crushed, converted in form of powders, and then they are being spread. Like you can see that this is a plant and it is having a dust from a stone crusher. Okay. So it is having the dust over it. Now that dust is absorbing the carbon dioxide. So it can be spread on the ground also, and they also help in absorbing the carbon dioxide. So that is one of the method of carbon sequestration or carbon capture. It's not all that it is always useful. It also depends on the composition of rock. If rock is having some other substances, some other elements which are harmful for crops, then it can be negative also. And there is also a risk that the carbon which has been captured may also get released. But yes, when we are looking at all the options to reduce the global warming, to decrease the amount of greenhouse gases in atmosphere, this is also one of the methods, that the crushed rocks are spread over the fields and they are attracting the carbon dioxide. There is also a risk, since they are dust particles, many of them can be simply suspended in air and can increase the air pollution. So while there are certain risks in field areas where there is less human settlements, in those areas it can be one of the alternative to attract carbon dioxide. Like if you go to agricultural field, it's not that farmer is going day and night every day to their agricultural fields. Once they have shown their field, once they have given irrigation over there, then they visit it weekly. It's not that they are standing there day and night and seeing how the crop is growing. They go after some time. So in those areas where we have only farmlands and all, so this can be one of the method of absorbing carbon from the atmosphere. So while we are looking for all the options, this is also one of them. So that is why it was there in the news. Okay. नहीं, it is not a permanent storage. It is not a permanent storage. Yeah. ये तो natural process है just soil का pH. हाँ, it is of course increases the pH of soil also. So that is also one part. Okay. नहीं, permanent storage is not there. It's not a permanent storage. Sometimes it is released also. So it is not as good as the plants. Plants are the ultimate thing. Plants are the ultimate thing. Plants are ultimate source of carbon capture. But when we are looking at all the options, this is also one of them. Coastal areas, in coastal areas, like the problem is during high tide and low tide, many of them can be washed away. During the high tide, many of them can be washed away. They can go into the sea water. So then there is no such benefit. The areas which are away from the tide line, in those areas, it can be one of the solution. Water percolation is not going to be impacted by this. Water percolation will not be impacted. See, they are basically crushed powders. So they are very much fine. They are not going to like reduce the water percolation. So I hope that part is clear, that what is this rock and how it can be used for like getting rid of some amount of carbon dioxide. Okay. So these were the 4 topics for today. Like today we were not having any such other topic useful for exam. So only 4 topics today. Okay. Any other question or doubt which you can ask me? I think we have still time. Like there was a study that if we apply 50 tons of basalt per hectare, so they are going to absorb 10 tons of carbon dioxide in 4 years. You are getting the concept but not able to solve the MCQ. That requires a little bit of practice. And while you are solving the question, suppose if any question, let's say if you're solving any question and it is getting wrong, try to think about this one, that why you have thought about a particular thing or what you have missed during that. And from next time onwards, you can like focus more on different aspects of the question. So that is one thing which you have to learn from yourself. Like that is something which you will have to realize, that suppose there is one statement, you thought it is correct. So there must be a thought process behind it. There must be a thought process behind it, that why this is correct. And when you see the answer and you find that, okay, it was incorrect, then try to see where did you go wrong, in which part you were wrong. If you analyze questions like this, then after solving 400, 500 questions, you will get confidence over it. हाँ बिल्कुल, that is shared in the KGS IAS English channel. Sorry, KGS IAS Telegram channel. There is a Telegram channel, KGS IAS. There you will find the this screen PDF. देखो PDF A4 size cannot be converted from here. That is the challenge. I was also thinking about it, Himanshu. In fact, I was also thinking about it. So let me see how much possibility is there. I will try to do that. But right now on Saturday, there is already some classes of other batches in the evening also now. So let me think about it. That when the time will be, when I will get time, I will start. Like question based practice, I will start. You also forget about your consistency, motivation, and dedication. Yes, I keep on reminding you from time to time. I think I keep on reminding this to all of you from time to time. See, the thing is, like, I know many of you have been like attending the classes on daily basis. So definitely there is a motivation behind that. You all want to succeed in the exam. You all want to complete this. So throughout the times, in the summer season also, in the winters also, in this monsoon season also, you have always been attending the sessions. So you have that one part that you want to clear the exam. Whenever you feel any any discouragement, or whenever you feel that you are getting diverted from your study, just do one thing. Try to write it down. Like at the moment when you feel this, that you are getting diverted, keep always a diary with you, that at this PM I got diverted. So that is going to give you a reminder every time. So you can be your own Lord Hanuman, that okay, last day I was able to complete this much part, but today I have got diverted. I have spent this much time just about thinking about something, or just like thinking about future or past or anything like that. Okay. Or watching some reels, watching something on social media or television or any other part. So try to write it down on your diary. That diary can be your Lord Hanuman on daily basis. Hari Lake. In Patna, when I went for the offline class, there was one stick. In Patna, in offline classes, there was a stick in the classroom. So that was good. In online classes, even if I am having one such a stick, that is not useful. Nee, just search for this. Just search for this one channel, KGS IAS. Not English. Just search for this one channel, KGS IAS, on Telegram. Okay. So just try to search it on Telegram. You will get it there, and you will find the PDF of all the previous articles also over there. Let me check what is the name. I think KGS IAS is the name only. Yes, I think, yes, KGS IAS. It is like this, KGS-IAS. So search for it, you will find it. Okay. नहीं, ये सभी लैंग्वेज में बोलते हैं नीलू, ये सभी लैंग्वेज में बोलते हैं कि छरी लगे छम छम विद्या आए धम धम, ये सभी लैंग्वेजेस में बोलते हैं. Okay. So thank you so much. Let's meet in tomorrow's session. We will discuss other topics related to current affairs. If you have any doubt, like to any topic or anything, you can also mention in the comment box later, so that before the next session, I can explain it to you. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care and all the best. Thank you.